Aloha, everybody. So happy to see you. Lori, Let, Kelly, Annabelle, Lanny, I see you there. Teresa, I see you. Amanda
Hello.
Muchala, Amanda Mangles, Marie, Alyssa, there you are. Aloha. Lori Moreau. I'm so excited today because today we get to start with our first marketing workshop, which is terrific. So, in this workshop, we are going over feminine principles of marketing. We're going to explain more about what that is. Hi, Bridget. I see you there.
Hello.
So, let's first do a land acknowledgement. I am in the South Okanagan, where the Silks people are allowing us to live and work and play on their traditional unceded territory. And I'm ever so grateful that we get to be here because it's such a wonderful part of the world. And I love to set the intention that we can co-create a positive future for all the plants and animals and land and water, and everybody gets what they need. So let me just bring myself up here so we can get started. Now, today, really, Kirsten is going to be leading this workshop, and I'm going to be here and helping. I'm going to be monitoring the chat. I'm going to be sharing some of my own experience, and we're going to be facilitating you being able to learn some things and get some hard and fast marketing assets after this. But today is really Kirsten's presentation. So I'm going to bring her up, and I'm going to let her, well, I'll give her maybe actually, I'm just going to let you, I was going to give you a little bit of an introduction, but I think you can just give your own
Yeah,
introduction.
thanks.
And
Awesome.
yeah, I will let you take it from here.
Okay. Hi, everybody. I will also acknowledge I'm on the Comox territory where I live on Vancouver Island. Super grateful to be here and happy to be sharing this with the group. And I hope that this puts everybody a little at ease and gives you some tools to really embark on this new journey and enjoy it. So before I have an intro within my slideshow, so I think I'm going to leave it with that. So if everyone's all set, we'll get going on the slideshow, and then I can talk a little bit about my marketing journey, and so can Erin as well. Just going to get the things out of the way. Okay, so this is our first workshop. Super exciting. Erin and I have been working on this for the last few months, and just really hearing the feedback from taking the courses and how sometimes it can feel overwhelming to figure out, how do I do this? Like, I'm learning these techniques, but how do I actually market myself? And so we're going to get into that. So there's going to be 3 workshops over the 6-month period. First one is today is Nurture, so intro into feminine marketing. The second one will be Create, so digital platforms to carry your message. And the last one is Build, systems to support your growth. So today we're going to be building on authentic and inclusive relationships with your ideal client. So getting more into feminine marketing, and we're going to describe what that is versus the traditional ways of marketing. We've also got an activity for you to work on today, which is creating a welcome package for new breast and chest patients. Okay. So a little bit about, I'm just going to go into about my own journey with how I got to be where I am right now. So I've been.
So maybe Kirsten, just stop sharing your screen here.
Oh, I thought it did stop sharing.
No.
Thank you.
There you go.
So let me just grab my little keynotes there. Okay. So I've been in the health and wellness industry for 20 years. I first started as aromatherapy massage. And then in 2008, I became an RMT. So I've been an RMT for 15 plus years. I've owned a home-based business and clinic for the past 10 years. and I have an amazing team of people that work at my clinic. So a lot of that stuff, what we learn and how we move forward, is just by experience. A couple years ago, my husband had a total breakdown on like Facebook, and he's like, "I'm done. I'm walking away." And he handed over all of the accounts to me to help him manage. So he's an artist and a musician. And I was like, okay, let me see if I can figure this out. I know a little bit about it. So I started managing my clinics and his. And then over the next couple of years, I ended up becoming the chair of the Cumberland Business Association for 2 years. And from that, I worked with a lot of different businesses and started learning like, whoa, people can struggle with this stuff. You have this assumption that people know how to do these things, and sometimes they don't, and that's okay. So it can be as simple as like teaching somebody how to copy and paste just to make it easier. And then through the pandemic happened, and then courses started coming up that you could take to sort of elevate your online presence. So I signed up for those things. I joined Alacrity. I did a marketing mapped out course. And that started really helping me. In October 2021, I took my first course with Erin, and I found out about it through the BCRMT page, the Facebook page. That was a way that I connected with it. And I was like, whoa, what's this woman doing? I want to do that. So I trucked down to Victoria and did the very first course. Like I think it was the first course, or maybe the second one. I think you did one in Armada. And I was all gung-ho. And then in December 2021, I got in a car accident. So that made it a total game changer. All of a sudden, I had to be very aware of my computer time, how much time I was spending with the clinic admin stuff. So I had to really balance that out, and I had to come up with good systems. As I came up with those systems, I realized, why wasn't I doing this before? This is way easier. So it really allowed me to keep my clinic open, keep my RMTs busy. And then people started coming to me and asking me to assist them with auditing or assisted management on their social media. And I said yes, and started doing more of that. So it's been a really organic flow for me. And I would say my relationship with marketing has completely transformed. I feel so much more at peace with it. And I love the creativity of it. And I love the connection of it all. So that's my story. Erin, if you want to add any of your parts of the story to your journey with marketing and your MG journey as well.
Yeah, I will.
Mm-hmm.
I've had an interesting journey with marketing. I just hated marketing in my earlier life. I was like, this is not my skill set. I cannot do this. This is super slimy. I hate this. I just want to get away. I want to hire someone else to do it because I hate doing it. And I was like, okay, I'm going to kind of try and come to terms with this. When I was putting the word out there to, get this clientele into my practice, I was like, okay, I'm going to have to get over some of my associations here. I'm going to have to just like put myself forward. And I remember I used to keep my marketing examples in this last move. I got rid of them, and now I'm kind of regretting that because some of my earlier ones that at the time I was like, this is so good. Now I look back and I'm like, wow, were you even saying anything recognizable? I had this one with like a pretty picture of me, and it said connect, collaborate, and something. And then looking back on it now, I'd be like, what does that even mean in relation to massage therapy? Like, I don't really get what I was trying to say there. And I would send out newsletters, and I didn't know how to do anything but make a Word document. So I would copy and paste these irregular size images onto a Word document, and then have a little paragraph and send out a PDF. And I'd be like, I did it. So I've been through quite the journey with marketing, and I'm self-taught all the way along. I've enrolled in business courses, and but a lot of it's been self-directed work. And I've just learned over the years, marketing, really the best marketing is communication. It's where you're actually forming relationships with people. And I have a totally different association with it now because I think it's really creative. I don't think it's boring. I get to have wonderful conversations with people that I would never be able to have without the marketing, because it draws them forward and into conversation with you. And then C, I can share what I'm doing and, let the world know, like, hey, this is going on. So I actually think the marketing is a wonderful part, because it's like how you're starting the conversation, and then you can get into relationships with people, and that's where it's really fun, because you get to know people, and they get to know you. And yeah, so now I really love the process. It's actually one of my favorite parts of doing this whole thing. So I've been on a journey. I don't know what your uh marketing journey is, but I just want to see if you can pop a word in the chat, just one word, not a paragraph, that would describe what is your association with marketing. What's your marketing, like, where are you at right now as you sit there on your chair? What's your word? Basic. Okay, got to start somewhere. Non-existent. That's a good place to start too. Yeah, baby zygote. Ah, oh, these are so good. Okay. Oh, Bridget, you've got a heads up because it was your previous profession. Okay. So, so everybody, most people are in the same category, which is like getting started. Some people are like a little farther ahead on the journey, but we're here to help, create this marketing for RMTs to our therapists. I mean, to our patients, so that they can understand, who you are and why you're doing what you're doing. So I'm going to give you back to Kirsten.
Okay, awesome. So I'm going to dive right into what we were just talking about and get back to sharing the presentation here. So often feelings about marketing, you guys just wrote down, I saw some baby zygotes, I saw some, and there's limiting beliefs. And sometimes that can come from, I'm not good enough, it has to be perfect, or what will people think if I put this up of me? Those marketing fears really come up. But I think another thing too is, like, people say marketing and then you're like too salesy, and you picture like the guy in the car dealership waving arms like, come on, you won't be undersold, come on in, you need this. And then the last part is feeling overwhelmed. Like, maybe you feel like, man, I want to do that, but I just gave like 4 massages today, I'm trying to make dinner, and how the heck am I supposed to put something? Maybe I'll just post a picture of my pasta and then I'll feel good about myself. It happens, right? And because we're doing a lot, and a lot of our role as a massage therapist has really changed over the years. So our goal is to get you guys to feeling more empowered, more confident, more connected, using systems. So that can really come from sort of embracing it, sort of the same journey that Erin and I just shared. This can happen with you guys too, and we're in an incredible support system right now, that we're gonna build off of that with you. So, mindful marketing with mindfulness. What does that look like? What I was saying, where there's that big full day and you're trying to squish it in at the end of the day, or is there something where you can be like, on the 3rd Sunday of the month, I am going to take some time in my day and put on the music I like and have the tea I like, and really intentionally set aside some time to look at this. And you'll be blown away as you sort of go into that intention, just like we're learning the intention within treatment. You'll be blown away by the intention when you start mindfully marketing. There's someone in the waiting room.
Thank you.
No problem. So as we grow with our marketing, the consistency, the clarity, the creativity, that's something like I think both Erin and I can relate to, is like, it can be kind of fun if you're sort of that artsy brain, all of a sudden the colors and how you're presenting your brand. Making connections is huge. Like, I would love to see like a show of hands or a yes in the chat. Like, how did you guys find out about Erin's mentorship program or any of her courses?
Great question. I want to know that too. Pop it in the chat.
Yeah.
Facebook. Facebook. She's my friend. BCRMT, CMT site, Facebook, online marketing, BCRMT, Facebook. Whoa, Facebook's definitely top of the
Right.
list here.
So that's kind of wild, right? Like here we have sort of this, we can have this relationship where we're like, oh, Facebook's the beast, but somehow it is still bringing us all together. And so I think really focusing on that connection piece is huge. And then it can let you leading into feeling more empowered and confident. And when we're talking about like the feminine energy, that's that shift of shifting out of that too salesy and really being like nurturing on what you're doing. How are we talking with our clients to welcome them in? Are we showing them pictures of our treatment rooms so they've got an idea of what they get before they go there? It's that softness that we want to bring into it. So, social media marketing. So, what we're really talking about today specifically is within this mentor program is navigating the digital landscape in the context of breast and chest care. So, a lot of this stuff you can take in if you have more of a general practice. You can take this stuff in, but we're going to really navigate this towards working with our ideal clients. So, understanding the importance of social media for offering breast and chest services, helping people find you and your services. Has anyone had experience with how clients have found you? What's the feedback? How are clients finding you right now? You can just pop that in the chat. Word of mouth in the US, Facebook, friends, clinic socials. Yeah. Amazing. There. Oh, sorry. I just got logged out of my account there. That was weird. I'm just going to stop for a second while I grab.
Yeah, that's good. You go back to that. So I'm just going to read about what's going on in the chat here. So it sounds like word of mouth is big for a lot of people, that people are talking to other people, and that's sort of the number one way of people finding you. And I'll say word of mouth is one of the most trusted methods of marketing. So what you want in your marketing is to encourage ways for word of mouth to happen, so that you are giving some kind of reward or acknowledgement for people who are helping you spread the word and who are offering that word of mouth referral, because that's the most trusted way of people finding you. And so you really want to acknowledge the people who talk about your services to somebody else. And we're going to talk more about what that will look like later.
And I think too, just to build off of that, like a lot of the times, if people are hearing about you from word of mouth and then they see something, then it reminds them in that moment to be like, hey, right, I just heard my friend talk about that person. I'm going to reach out to them. So,
yeah.
Okay, thanks for that little pause. So introduction to social media platforms relevant to the clients undergoing breast cancer treatments and gender affirming surgeries. So what platforms are relevant? There's lots out there. We're going to mostly be focusing on Facebook and Instagram, but we will also be working with the second one with MailChimp to be learning about that. But within Facebook, there's Facebook groups. So there's lots of different ways that you can get involved in the platforms. So tailoring your social media for breast and chest care. So building connections with individuals seeking pre and post-surgical care. So you're really putting yourself in their shoes and being like, how can I tailor this so that would feel like, yeah, I could reach out, or I have more questions. You're addressing the unique needs of the clients undergoing breast, chest, and oncology surgeries. So you're really showing it's okay. We've got these options for you. And then there's a sensitivity surrounding language. So you've talked a little bit about that in other workshops with Erin as well. And I think I think most of us are all really aware of that, but just being aware of what kind of language am I going to use in my post? How does that read? How does that feel? How inclusive is it? So we're getting into talking about our ideal clients, and we all have an idea. We're all in this course. We know, okay, breast, chest, and oncology, but who are these people? Who are these clients? How many of you have ever done like a focus on a client persona or avatar or anything like that, where you've really looked at your target audience? Has anyone played around with that? Just pop it in the chat, yes or no. No. There's one.
Looks like it's new information for most people. This is good.
Okay. So when this first got presented to me, I was like, what are you talking about? I treat people. Like, why are you saying like I have to come up with this ideal client? And it can be a bit of a funny thing in the brain because you're imagining who your ideal client is. So you're putting a name to them, an age to them, and you're really diving into what kind of world are they in. So I'll speak a little bit more on that, but it's very normal. I did not have any experience with this until about 2 years ago. Somebody presented it to me. So I was like, why is this so hard for me? So rest assured, if you have a little bit of writer's block as we go through this. So we've broken it down into the 3 clients that you'd be seeing. So breast cancer surgeries, individuals who've undergone breast cancer surgeries, like a mastectomy or a lumpectomy. So what stage of life are they in? This could be broad, right? So if you're going to hone in on and be like, today I'm going to focus on one client and they're going to be this age. Is it a 35-year-old or is it a 75-year-old? What types of personalities and lifestyles are they leading up to? What are their interests? What are their hobbies? How can we help the client feel at ease? So what are some things that might be coming up for them where they're like, oh, I want to do that, but I feel nervous about going to get a massage? How can we present to them to feel at ease? And what problem are we helping them solve? You know, why are they coming to us? Yes, they've had these surgeries. Why did they need a massage? So let's explain that. They may be experiencing physical, emotional challenges. And so how can we help with that? And what types of communication skills are needed to ensure the client feels comfortable and safe? So these are questions that you can go through, and you guys are going to be able to watch this recording again and kind of break down. I'm going to keep going with it, and you'll see sort of where you can lay out the personas. So again, we're just focusing on the ideal clients. So this is now, we've got a different type of client. We've got someone who elective or medically indicated breast surgeries, individuals who've undergone breast surgeries, augmentations, or lifts. So what stage of life are they in? What types of personalities or lifestyles? What are they choosing to do? How can we help them feel at ease? Again, these same questions. What problems are we solving? They may be experiencing physical and emotional challenges. And what might be the reason that they have surgery? So this gets different. This is now, we're with the first one with breast cancer surgeries. They've gone and had those surgeries. Now we're getting into more why have they chosen to get these surgeries? So a little different mindset. And the last ideal client group category is gender affirming surgeries. So individuals undergoing gender affirming surgeries, such as transgender or non-binary. So we're acknowledging their gender identity and pronouns. So we're aware of that. If we're putting stuff out in marketing, are we using they, them? How are we using folks? Things that are really inclusive languages. What types of personalities and lifestyles are they having? Being respectful, everyone welcome. So we want that safe space feeling. Again, what problem are we solving for them? How are we helping them? And we're being mindful of the physical and emotional aspects of gender transition, including body images and identity issues. So again, mindful of what body images we're sharing and how that person can really see themselves in your clinic. So when we've understood the ideal client, then we can start determining their needs, right? Recognizing the needs of your potential ideal client helps you tailor the services and the marketing and the campaign. It also helps them feel informed and safe. And you're offering a range of options, expanded choices for personalized care. So you might have a post about something about what do you wear on your first appointment? And they're like, oh, that's a frequently asked question. Let's put that out there. After you've been doing this, you've got the research on the market. So you can develop a deeper comprehension. So you're watching sort of how is this affecting my marketing? What feedback am I getting? You determine how to position yourself in the market effectively. So you start realizing, oh, it really works when I'm on Facebook groups, or Facebook is definitely working. I'm finding a lot of clients through that, or Instagram is really happening. You're sort of looking at those areas and you're figuring out where to sort of focus. And then you're analyzing your own clinic and other similar establishments. So I never look at anything as competition. I am a very non-competitive human. So I do like to look and be like, how are other clinics doing that? How can we work together so that we're all sort of using the same language so it's really cohesive? So creating the client persona, this is what I was talking about before, where you're creating a client persona to help you visualize your client. This helps you develop the marketing strategies and the messages that's going to resonate with the client. You're looking at their demographic, their age, their gender, their income bracket. Those things should be considered, their hobbies or interests. You're understanding the ideal client's pain points and the problems solved for them in crucial marketing efforts. So here's an example. These are on Canva. So this is called like a client persona. And you can fill out, so I've made up this person. I've grabbed that image, that's a stock image from Canva. But see how we're kind of diving into more what this person's experience might be like. So we're really looking at being like, okay, what is, if there's Isabel, if she's coming in and she's 35 and she's got breast cancer, what problems is she facing? What barriers? What are her goals? What might be some of the keyword searches? Like if she's looking online to be like, how do I find this? Finding solutions. Where is she looking to find those solutions? Is she looking at online groups, healthcare? And then looking at the ultimate outcome. So what is her ultimate outcome? So again, we're kind of going into their mind and then we're putting that down there and we're really looking at what's this person facing. So this is an exercise and I will send you a screenshot of this. But on your next meeting with your accountability buddy, I think it would be great for you to work on creating your ideal clients. So going through this checklist and just being like, what's the problem? What's the barriers to booking? The goals, the solutions, ultimate outcomes. And then from that, you're creating that client persona. And it's important to try it under different categories. And even if you wanted to, you could do breast oncology and you could try different age brackets, right? See what works for that. Is this making sense to everybody? How's everybody feeling? Yeah, it's kind of a new concept. And there's lots of Canva templates out there, but I'll share the one that I have that I just showed you guys, and then you guys can play around with editing it yourself.
Yeah, this is great so far, Kirsten. Thank you.
Good.
Yeah, and we've got some activities for you to do a little bit later, but we've got a little bit more here content to cover, right? First,
yep, just a little bit more. Yeah. So once you've got this ideal client, then you're going to start stepping out of your comfort zone, right? Like for all these people that are like, marketing, you're going to start playing around with designing this marketing for these people. So maybe you'll make a video, maybe you'll make an infographic, maybe you'll create a story. You know, Erin and I have both, like she said, like when we look at our old marketing, we're like, whoa, that's so cool. I put my logo in the middle or whatever. And that's the only reason we knew how to do that was because we tried it and it went out there. And honestly, even then I would still people would be like, that's cool. You did that. Right. So go easy on yourself, you know, you can share fun facts, anything that's going to help solve that problem. Keep track of your progress. So analyze the results and adjust your approach accordingly. And like I said, be gentle with yourself. You can always remove permission to be imperfect. So what we've really talked about today is building community. So as we embark and go out to our clients, we are building community. So that's a different reframe, right, on how to look at marketing. So we're connecting with others, we're building a cohort, we're creating accountability. Again, always a reminder, permission to make mistakes, take messy action, progress, not perfection. We're all these very go get them. We're in this program, and we can be really hard on ourselves or actually hold ourselves back because we're like, I need it to be exactly perfect. But just try something and put it out there and then go from there. Reframe your beliefs around marketing and business. You're building a new relationship with your clients and your community. Be yourself, be authentic, and be inclusive. Also, I'm building community. The levels of community is we are a community right now. So the MG community for years to come. We're in this 6-month container, but this can keep growing from here, right? And so us all supporting one another and really being together for this journey is super amazing. Right? Even makes me be like, So just let's really embrace that we're together with this and that we have each other to really lean on. Work with your accountability buddy to cheer them on and offer support. Also follow each other's accounts, engage with one another online, because that can be really helpful too. So for today's activity, we're going to be doing this welcome guide, and Erin and I have been working on this to lay it out, and this is all on Canva. So you'll be able to edit and add your own photo down here. It's an initial support package, so it's something that gets sent out once somebody is booked in with you. And I'm going to go through the couple options on how you can send that to them. Talks about what to expect and things to know. And then from here, our next course is going to be on March 28th. So that's a create. So that's where we're going to be working with creating and making some MailChimp newsletters, also using social media. We've got a lovely brochure that can be put together so that you have something in print. There's also the option for making business cards. If you don't have business cards yet, or you're looking to edit them, we're going to show you about that. And in the meantime, like I said, explore, follow each other's social media accounts. Also find accounts like, what do you enjoy when you're on social media? What ones are you and why? Like really look into that. And then create an ideal client persona with your accountability buddy.
Yeah, rad. This is great. Thank you so much. This is lots of gems in there. So I know when you're first presented with information, sometimes you're like, what do I do with all of this? So I want to know your comfort level at the moment with what you have heard. 10 is super comfortable. 1 is like, I'm very uncomfortable. What is your number? Where are you at with comfort with what we just covered in terms of your ideal client and using marketing to help build relationships? What's your number? Don't write an essay, just put your number in there. 8-ish, 5, willing to give it a go. At a girl, Jen. She's an 8. Okay, so 5. So we're moving ahead here. We've only got 1, 2, but we're moving ahead from our initial feelings of marketing where it was like, oh my God, what am I doing? So now you're like, actually, I'm feeling better about this here. And you're maybe not at a 10 yet, but you're farther along than you were. So let's take a little bio break, 5-minute bio break. Get up, stretch, grab some water. And when we come back, Kirsten, maybe you just want to let them know what we're going to do when we come back.
Yeah, when we get back, what we're going to do is we're going to go through that client. We're going to go through the client welcome package on Canva. So I'm going to be showing you how to drag your photo into the package and adding your name and anything like that. The package is very user-friendly. We've set it up so it's good to go. And if anybody wants to explore with changing their brand colors, we can discuss that well.
Yeah. So during this bio break, also sign into your Canva account. That was one of the homework items that we got you to do from last mentorship call to this one, is to set up your Canva account and upload your personal picture. That's why we gave you this homework, so that you were able to be ready. So Jen Hewitt, no, don't download the package right now. Just wait a moment. But who put a yes in the chat if you got your Canva account set up? Did you get your Canva account set up? Just a yes. Who got this in here?
Okay.
Okay, this is good. Lots of yeses.
Mhm.
Now who got their photo uploaded? Put a yes in the chat if your photo is uploaded. Okay, so a little bit more mixed with the photo. So go quick bio break and then try and locate a photo on your device that you will be able to upload into Canva. So it's 37 past the hour. We're going to be back at 42 after the hour. Okay. 5 minutes, 5 minutes only. Jen?
Hey everybody, welcome back. Jen, I see your message and I'll be sure to get back to you on that. Okay, so
Wait, is that something that would be useful for everybody?
I think it's just along the, I mean, Jen, if you don't mind, do you mind me sharing? Where's Jen?
No, she's good. She nodded her head.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So it's along the lines of what I was saying about the creating the patient persona and how that can kind of feel confusing. And so trying to figure out, can't identify with their particular struggles or problems, for sure, because maybe you haven't been in their shoes. So it can be tricky to be like, wait, how do I look at that? And I know even for me with doing, like I had done that persona exercise before. And then I know even just with talking with Erin, so who has had this experience, and perhaps other people have already been working with these clients, then we can kind of dig into, you start sort of seeing maybe a theme of someone being like, oh, they're a healthcare provider and they always give. And so you're kind of going into that realm. But if it is a struggle, I would say dig out with your accountability buddy. That's why I really think it's a good exercise to do together. So you can play around with sort of looking at, what are you thinking? Here's what I'm thinking. Also, we can share this on the community chats as well. And then I'm happy to answer any questions that might be coming up for people as they're trying that exercise. But yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
The community.
It's confusing at first.
Yeah. And we want to utilize the community chat for this. So, but we do want to move forward so that we can get you familiarized with Canva and then have some time to practice with each other in breakout rooms so that you're able to do this exercise.
So the next exercise, this is a PDF that I'm going to share with all of you guys. And what happens is you're going to click right here where the link, these are all live links. And this will come up. You won't have the edit template because it'll just be going to you. So you'll click on use template for new design. Just move you over. So now we're in Canva again. And you've got a copy of this, so you can change it and label it to Jen's copy or however you want to call it, your clinic name, or so now this is yours. You can edit on this link. So what we've done is we've created a file that's going to go to clients after you know that they've already booked an appointment. So again, what we're doing is we're trying to lean into making them feel informed and safe. So this can answer a lot of questions. Perhaps they've already had a conversation with you, but this gives them a nice welcome package to know what to expect when they're coming in. So I'm going to make it a little bigger. There we go. So right here, what we've done is this, like, so good to meet you. So you can see in the brackets, hello, I'm Kirsten, a registered massage therapist. So those are the brackets are where you're going to edit and be able to put in your name. Just going to change, there we go. So down below, right here, this is actually an editable, we can change that. We can change this image. So I'm going to delete this image. So see now how it looks like clouds and grass. And then I go over to my uploads. Let's find a nice picture of me. Where's me? Well, there's all the other people. Here we go. So I would drag, see how I'm dragging? There's the picture I'm using. I'm dragging that over and I'm putting it right into the frame. Oh, and that one's turned it for some reason. So let's try this one. Okay, good to know. Why is it turning? Let's problem solve.
I've never actually seen that happen before.
Neither have I.
Yeah, that's really
So-
interesting. But maybe that frame is a horizontal frame, or yeah, you can just rotate it.
Yeah.
Although it wouldn't be portrait then.
No, it wouldn't. So
What if you try? Oh no, that was the one you did before.
yeah, I
Yeah,
know.
that one.
It's funny that it's
I think it's the frame must be sideways or something.
okay. Well, I will edit that for you guys to make sure that it's not sideways. But one of the things you can do, and again, this has been made so that it fits with the image that's there. So let's try this one. So it fits a little easier, but you can, everything is, you can rotate and turn, right? You can make things smaller. And then that, now there's my images there. So it's good. You got to see me do a little troubleshoot live on the spot. But I can play
That's how you
with that frame and I'll make sure that it's in the right position. And
yeah.
then I just don't have to deal with that.
But that's how you learn, just on the fly, where you're like, whoops, what's going on there?
So I've uploaded my images and my files are here, and then I'm dragging it across, right? So I'm picking the image and then I'm dragging it and dropping it into the frame. Does that make sense to everybody? Just pop yes in the chat. Okay, great. Okay. So as we scroll down, again, we've made this so that you can use this right now. Like if you are like, I don't want to fiddle with this, I want to be using this immediately, then it's good to go. So you're going in here, you're highlighting, and you're typing in your name, right? Okay. The next page, the initial appointment, this one is all laid out for you. So really there's no changes that need to be made. It's only, again, if you're wanting to change this and you're like, oh, I need that to match my clinic colors. So I'm going to put in green. Now I have Canva Pro, so it does allow me to do brand kits. But if you don't have Canva Pro, you can look up the colors in your logo, and each color is labeled. So see all the colors here. You could add here a color. Any of these colors would work. And then we put the next page is what to expect. So what to expect during the treatment. We're really focusing on just that it's going to be gentle, slow techniques, all the things that we've been talking about. And the last thing is things to know. So post-treatment care, what they can do for taking care of themselves, future treatments and timing, cancellation policies, and then it talks about illness, because that could be something that comes up as we're working with oncology patients, that they're not going to be charged if they're ill. And then safety, again, really focusing on that safety is really important to you during the treatment. So they feel that when they're coming into your clinic, but they know that ahead of time as well. down here is where you can play around with if you have your name or if you have the clinic name, you could put the clinic name and then your name below it. So it could be like the MG clinic. And then I could put like Kirsten Werner RMT. We can play around everything on here too. If you're like, see what just happened, how that star is there? I can make my font go smaller up here. I can move this up and down. I can move it around. So you can play around with what you like for the design. And then it's how to get in touch here. This has all the information where you put your website, your email, whether you want to be text or call. Those things are important. What days are you doing those treatments? And then what happens from here is what we talked about last week is you are going to go to downloads. Once you have all your images and everything in there and it's ready to go, you're going to downloads and then you're going to PDF standard. So you want to download it as a PDF. And we'll go through with the next steps of how we're going to send that out to clients. But for now, how's that feeling for going in there as an activity? Any questions or any things that people have found with Canva? Any questions with that stuff? These are good. Okay. So I'm going to share the template link in the chat, and then we will be able to go from there. Let me just go here. Oops. Where'd you guys go? There we go. Yep, that works great. If you've signed up for the free account, that's great. And you've done it with your Google account, that's perfect. So there's the live template link for you guys to click on. And like I said, it should do it. And then you'll go into making a copy of that template link. And then that's now yours and it's in your Canva account. Just let me know how it goes if you guys click on that link. Is that working for everybody? Now, the only thing that I'm realizing we'll run into is that top image was turned. And so what I can do, what do you think we should do for troubleshooting with that, Erin? Do you think I should go and make that edit right now? Or do we want to play around with, because now everybody's going to start working on their own document.
Yeah, I would say just take 2 minutes to make that change. It shouldn't take very long. So for those of you who don't yet have your picture uploaded into your Canva file, this is a good time to do that activity. For those of you who just want to poke around in Canva for a couple minutes and familiarize yourself, this is a good time to do that. I'm just assigning the breakout rooms right now, doing it randomly. And then once Kirsten's back, we're going to get you into your rooms with each other.
Okay. So what I did is I took the image out already. So you'll see that little cloud with green, and I've changed it. So I'm going to put in another template link right here. And just let me know if when you guys open that one up, if it's got the image in the right direction or the frame in the right direction.
So Kirsten, I don't have you assigned to a room, although it's going to give you the invitation to be entering into a room. But I thought for you, maybe you would just jump back and forth between the rooms so
Good
that you
idea.
can troubleshoot.
Mhm.
So don't accept the invitation when it comes up for you, and
No
then we'll
problem.
just pop you in other rooms based on which one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got a question here, Amanda Mucella.
Amanda, you want to say
So I uploaded the link, but there's like a crosshatch pattern and like a watermark Canva on it. Is that going to disappear, or is that
Yeah,
okay?
once you hit do new design, then it will go, that will disappear. Yeah.
So when I I first click the link that you sent,
Mm-hmm.
right? It pulls up the image, and then it says download template to use as your own design, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I did that, and now it's showing it with that crosshatch and that watermark Canva thing.
When you open it up on Canva.
Yeah.
Okay, here, let's just, so we don't hold up other people with this one troubleshooting. Is there anyone else who is having that experience? Just raise your hand.
Yes.
Okay, Bridget, anyone
Sorry, I don't know
else?
where the raise hand button is.
It's on the bottom in the reactions.
Oh, okay. I've been looking
Yeah,
the
there's a little reactions with a little emoji there. So Bridget and Amanda, we're gonna keep you out, and then everybody else, we're going to pop you in your breakout rooms. So I'm going to reassign Lori.
Yeah, a couple questions here is, you can pop it into the browser, and then it'll say like open in Canva, and then it'll have you log into your Canva account.
Okay, I'm gonna add a room. Sorry, I'm not super fast on this.
Okay, great.
Okay, so I'm just gonna pop everybody in their rooms, and then I'm gonna Amanda Mucella and Bridget, you just jump out of the room, and then I'm gonna put you into your own room. So we're gonna do a little bit of swapping, exchanging.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you're working on it together. So we're like, everybody can kind of work on their own Canva, but like see if we can help each other out. And then just see, even if you're just exploring it for now and not actually doing the edits, you're just work at it as a team.
Yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna open up all the rooms, and then Kirsten, if you can jump in, I'll assign you to the room with Bridget and Amanda, and then you can troubleshoot in there.
Okay.
So just accept your invitation. Oh, Bridget, you want to head back into your room?
Oh, sorry. I thought we were supposed to come out of the room once we were in.
No, but just let me pop you. Oh no, you're already in there. Do you have a thing about going back into your room?
Hold Hold on, let me check.
Now you're grayed
Join
out on
breakout
my-
room, maybe.
Yeah, there you go. Yep. And then she'll be in there to help you troubleshoot that. Welcome back. So for those of you that are here, what was that like for you?
There you go.
Yeah. So share your thoughts. What was that like for you? You can put your hand up. You can put your voice into the circle. Teresa, go ahead.
Hello.
Hey.
I mean, it's a lot of fun to go into those programs and play around.
Mhm.
But when you don't know what you're doing, it's also like, you know, sort of hair pulling and overwhelming. And then it just takes you so much time to figure out how to do a few simple things. So I
Yeah.
find that a bit stressful, but it's fun for sure. It's enjoyable.
Yeah, that's good. One of the things we were just troubleshooting is if you guys have a free account, we have used images that were in the pro account. So that's why there might be the watermarks happening in places.
Yeah.
So I'm going to work through an account that I have that is a free account as well and just make sure that everything is there. And then I can reshare that template link.
Oh, beautiful. Thank you.
Yeah. So then that way you guys will be able to access what is on the free account. The pro account can be something that you guys can look at a later date if you want to play around with that, but let's stick with the free account. So I'll just do some edits on that to make sure that everything is the same. And then, but yeah, I think I always think with this stuff, like it is really fun. And then you kind of can want to pull your hair out. So like a thing that I've really practiced is called the Pomodoro technique. So I'll set my timer for 25 minutes. I'll be like, great, I'm going to explore colors on Canva for the next 25 minutes. And then as soon as that beeps, I got to walk away. I got to like lay on the floor and do like an open book or thread the needle or like jumping jacks or be like, I need to look outside and then come back to it and just like monitor yourself, because all of a sudden, if you end up in that like, I want that green and you stuck in it and then you have a headache at the end of the day, then it's changing your experience with it. So just again, gentle with yourself. There's also like a ton of videos out there that can be like, this is how you do it. And then we've got ourselves, we've got our communities for chats and trying to figure out how to do that. But ultimately what I want is that this welcome guide is like, you can drag and drop, you can change your name, and then you're good to go. And if you don't, that way, if you don't want to change anything, it's ready to go. So this was a little thing that kind of came up for us today that we didn't anticipate because we were both doing our edits on Canva Pro. So apologies for that.
Yeah, no worries. This is everybody knows this is our first time doing the Mentorship and Training Academy. And when you sign up as the pilot program, you get to be a part of that creation process, which is super fun. And you need to be a little bit flexible sometimes too. So here we are rolling with the punches, and we're going to figure that out for you and make sure we know going forward that everything that's on there has to be available also on the free account. So moving forward, Teresa, I think you got answered here, but you have this question: how do we save what we did today in Canva? It does save automatically, and you can save things as projects if you want to keep them organized so that you've got, you know, client onboarding projects, or you've got social media projects, or, you know, however you want to kind of organize your folders. But you can organize things in different ways in Canva so that you can keep track of it. But basically, once you put it on the page, unless you deliberately undo it, then Canva will remember it. Yeah. Okay, so now we're moving into our last section here, and Kirsten's going to show you what you can do with this template to integrate it into Jane so it can get out to your new patients.
Yeah. So once you feel like you've made those edits and you feel good about it, then you're downloading through those steps that we've showed you, where you go to the share button, you hit the download, and you download it as a PDF. So now it's on your computer. So now there's a couple of options, and I had a good chat with Jane Software yesterday about this. And so I'm excited to share this with you for those that use Jane. Now, if you don't use Jane, it's totally fine as well. I'll talk about that option as well. So you've got the PDF down on your computer, and I'm going to walk us through the steps of how we can share this on Jane with your client. So I'm going to go back to sharing the screen. Okay, so I'm just going to move that down there. Okay, so this is my PDF. So now over here, I'm on files. So I'm on, this is me, but this is a client profile, right? So we've clicked files, and we want to add a file to the client's profile. So we're going to click on this. Now, this file is getting uploaded, and it's in there. Now, what is really cool is once you have this welcome guide, you can scroll down, and do you guys see where it says not visible to clients? You can click on that and say, it says, are you sure you want to share this file? So you can click on confirm and notify. You could write a little message, welcome, this is your initial appointment, you know, anything like that that you want to add. And then you'll hit send. Now that email has been successfully sent. So then I get into my email and let's just go right to it. Okay, take it right here. This document has been shared with you. So let's click on that. So here it says Kirsten Werner has shared a document with you. So we click on view documents. Oops. Oh, it might be doing the thing where it thinks I'm working. Should open up. Now shoot. Well, what should happen is it's because I'm on my Jane account is the document should open up of the PDF file of what we're working on. So let's see if I know.
Although I think I had this before when a practitioner sent me a document, and then I had to sign into my Jane account with that practitioner in order to be able to access that document.
Okay. That could be
Does that make sense to people? Pop a yes in the chat if that makes sense. You know, when you see a practitioner and you're making an appointment with them on their Jane, you have an account on their Jane. And then if they send you a document, you have to sign into your account on their Jane in order to access that document. Does that make sense? It's not your Jane, it's their Jane, your account on their Jane.
So now I've put myself more into my account as a client rather than the staff member. And now I can access that and I can read through the document here.
Annabelle's raised her hand.
Yeah, hi. I don't know, there's another option too. I'm sure you probably know this, but some may not. I know the one thing my clinic does when a breast or chest patient books in, they already have set up on their sort of on the files, you know, where we can have our consent to treat sensitive areas and so on, and our soap notes and things like that. So that under charts. And so they actually can attach it to a welcome email. So they send out my breast and chest questionnaire, and our intake form gets sent out automatically, and they can send a message with it as well. So you could also perhaps, if it's possible, save it that way. I don't know if that's possible that way, to save a PDF.
Yeah, I asked Jane about that, and they not in that context. You can't attach a PDF to it, but this was just what they said was through the files. Okay. The other thing you can do is you have this on your computer. So this is, again, if you have Jane or not have Jane, then when that client books in, you just take that email and you send them the PDF.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, because obviously where I am, we have reception that does everything. So, I mean, I could send them that PDF and they could keep it on their files and just send it, you know, via the clinic email, I suppose. But yeah, okay, thank you.
Yeah, and they can just be notified too if you want to put a system in place for new patients, that new patients get emailed this file, then you can just tell them, you know, front desk people, this is part of the new protocol. When a new patient books, they get sent the welcome package, and then they just know to put that on their list of tasks for new patients. Yeah. Thank you for that, Annabelle. So Alyssa has a good question here. She says, do you need to have the MailChimp integration to use this feature?
The last feature that I just showed with the files?
Yes.
No, you don't. You just have to have a Jane account. And then in that Jane account, each client has that profile link where it says file. And then you just have to make sure you change it to visible to client and then confirm and notify. And then they'll get that email that says view document. And then they'll open it and read through.
Great. Okay, great. Amanda Mangles asked, you have Figaro, which I guess is a booking site. I'm not totally sure. But Jane, I do believe Jane is available in the United States.
Yeah, it is.
And, yeah, and they are user friendly for phones. If you don't have Wi-Fi at your office, then you can always just send it when you get home and just log into your Jane account when you get home and then put it in there if you want it. But Jane is a brilliant program. It's really, really good. So I would definitely recommend.
Yeah. And they give you like a 30-day free trial as well. And they're really great with troubleshooting. Like when I phoned yesterday, I was like, I don't know if you're going to be able to help me with this. And then they came up with that. But the other thing too, like, so in our next workshop, we'll have brochures because some people want paper copies. The brochures are a little different. They're more about informative sort of like community talks. But if you felt like it was helpful, you can always print off some of these PDFs and have them. That would be more like if you had somebody who's like, hey, I need to book for this next appointment. And you're like, great, here's the information. If something is changing with their appointment style, right? Then you can give it to them there on the spot.
Yeah. Yeah. So next workshop is next month. So you have some time to integrate what you've learned today and to get it into your booking site and then get in the habit of sending it out to new patients when they book with you. Well, right now I think you're just getting this aspect of your booking site set up, because we're not going to recommend that you have your actual treatment set up in your calendar as of yet, because you're not quite ready to take paying clients yet. But we want to get you set up in the background so that when you are ready, then it's just a matter of making those things live and actionable.
And I always think it's good to practice on yourself. Like if you like, that's what I did yesterday. I just went in my own client profile and I was like, let's see how this works and go through these steps.
Yeah. So we're in our last minute here. Does anybody have any parting thoughts, any aha moments, any recognition for anything today? What is you can unmute yourself and put your voice into the circle.
I'm a little bit smarter.
Good.
I learned something new today, so thank you, ladies.
Yeah, terrific. That's great. Thanks, Annabelle. How about somebody else? Thought?
Just a comment. When you guys were talking about not setting up appointments yet in our Jane apps, I actually set up an appointment for the practice massage bodies.
Oh,
so they'll still get a welcome. They'll still get their reminder and the whole 9 yards. So I did do that.
Yeah, terrific. That's great. But it's recognizable that it is a practice session, right?
It says right on there they owe $0 and it's not visible for booking online. It was only I just made it so that I could book it, but they could still get the reminder emails. So
great. That's a really good idea. Yeah, terrific. Thank you.
Yeah,
anyone else wants to do that, that's great.
Sorry. Because I think too, it allows you to go through the process. Like I did that as well when I was doing my trials, just to make sure. I'm like, how does this work and what will they receive and what does it look like on their end? So it's good.
It would also be nice to practice dropping, when we complete on Canva, to even practice dropping it to the people who have already agreed to be practice bodies, right?
Yep.
Hey, did you receive my practice document?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Yeah. But you do have to be aware it does have information about payment in there, like missed appointment fee, that they'll be charged for the whole treatment fee. So if you're sending it out to your practice bodies, just let them know that part is not applicable to you at this time. That will be for once you become a paying client. So just seed in there that they can become a paying client in time, because you're going to want some of your practice bodies to become your actual paid clients. Like, you don't want to just be like, hi, I'm practicing on you, and then I'm never going to see you again for the rest of your life. Like, you want to, use it as a springboard to get them into your practice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Let's do our happy dance. That was so great. Lots of wonderful information. Thank you so much, Kirsten.
Yeah.
And
sure.
lots of stuff for you fine folks to continue with. And we're going to be available in the community for some troubleshooting. There's the marketing circle there, so you can talk about that. Talk about it with your accountability buddy. And we will see you next week, I believe, for another training session, which is very exciting, getting into more foundations material. So,
and I'll put those marketing links on the marketing tab. I'm going to do a little bit of edit, so there's some for the free account, and then also a reminder for everybody to follow each other and share each other's accounts. We can put that on the chats there as well.
Yes, definitely.
Awesome.
All right then, fine folks in the massage therapy world. Thank you for your time and attention. We will see you next time.
Bye, gals. Thank you.
Ciao for now.